Hello, friends. It's Becky. Welcome back to my channel. On my channel, I am going through my good midlife crisis, where I am journeying through my 40s, working oh so hard to get my poop in a group. In order to do this, I have been working on my physical, my financial, and my mental health. And today is Friday, September the 26th, and I am going to be doing a financial health check-in. I am going to be budgeting out the money that you see above my head, $1,773.87, and I am going to be doing that in the fantastic app that you see behind me, an app called You Need a Budget, or YNAB as we call it. If you are new, welcome. I am so excited that you are here. As we go through, I will show you how I budget out my money. I will talk about my life because that is what I do here. But I will put some timestamps below in case all you want to hear about is my budget. That's cool, I understand. It's a budgeting video. Um, oh, today's the 27th. I don't even know what day it is. Anyway, I'm going to put some timestamps below in case you want to skip ahead to different sections. But I hope you stick around and get to know me and decide to join us and come back. If you are returning, welcome back. I missed you. I'm sorry I missed last week. I recorded a super long video and I went into so much detail about YNAB. I was going through it because I know that a couple of people had watched my health journey and then followed and found my YNAB journey through it. And I had at least one person comment and say that they had never heard of YNAB and they were interested in getting their budget set up and starting a budget. And I was so excited for that because that is exactly why I am doing this. One, for accountability for myself, and two, to share the tips and tricks that I have learned, and also so that y'all can share with me the ones that you have learned. So I was super excited and I was going into all this detail. And then when I went to actually edit it and put it up, I realized that the week before I had to record a little insert and I had my headphones on and I had my microphone set to my headphones. Last week I did not have my headphones on. My microphone was not set to my actual microphone, and so it recorded nothing because it wasn't even set to my laptop to like pick up as I was speaking quietly so I could like try to artificially raise it a little bit. There was no sound because it was trying to record from my headphones, which were over here in their case, not attached to my computer. I am not using that software anymore. That was my last video with this software, with that software. Now I'm back to my old software that I used to use, and I'm going to tell y'all, I can see me. There's me right there. It's a little distracting because I haven't seen me in a very long time. I mean, that's not true. I have mirrors. But while recording a video, I haven't been able to see myself because the other software that I was using, I couldn't see what was going on, which caused its own problems. But I can see me now. I'm back to this software. Then on Wednesday, when I recorded my weigh-in, and I was trying to put it all up. It was the first time I was trying to use this software to use it, and it would not let me connect to my YouTube account. It kept erroring out. Google kept blocking it. Google was like, nope, didn't even give me the option to override it and tell it, no, I want to. It's me. Yes, for sure, let this in. It was just like, nope, not gonna do it. I had to uninstall the software and reinstall the software, and then it worked just fine. Which is why my weigh-in video came out on Thursday instead of Wednesday, because I was trying to get it up on Wednesday night, even though in the video I said it might not come up till Thursday. I'm glad I said that, because it totally didn't come out till Thursday. Hopefully now I have most of the glitches figured out, but we'll see. We will see how this goes. Okay, if you follow me on Instagram, or if you watched yesterday's video, which I filmed on Wednesday, but I put up yesterday, you'll know that I've been talking about my grocery budget lately. Excuse me. And I mentioned one of the big things that I mentioned that costs me so much money is my bread. I went from paying 88 cents a loaf of bread to $7 a loaf of bread after my celiac diagnosis. Now, I recognize that everything has gone up, so that 88 cents a loaf of bread is probably no longer 88 cents. I have no idea. But I guarantee it's not $7. But I've been paying $7 a loaf of bread. That's an exaggeration. It's like $6.79. But I'm just rounding it to $7. So I decided this week that it would probably be better in the long run to buy a bread machine and make my own bread at home. It was a larger upfront cost. It caused me to spend extra money in my groceries to buy the flour and the yeast and the things I would need. And I had to spend like $100 and something on the actual bread machine, but I covered it all. And I have my bread machine, and I made my first loaf of bread the other day, and now I'm eating that for breakfast. Um, as somebody who's gotten used to gluten-free bread, with the pieces of bread being this big, this made a piece of bread this big, and I'm like, that's a lot of bread. So I'm like eating a half or even a quarter because I've already eaten half of this half a piece of bread, and I'm kind of done of the bread. But it was significantly cheaper for this slice of bread than it is for a regular slice of bread for gluten free. And if you are new, my gluten free diet was not a choice that I made. It was because I was diagnosed with celiac just actually almost exactly 2 years ago now. So I have to eat gluten free, and it significantly increased my grocery budget and my medical bills. But it has made me feel better because I have celiac, so the gluten was making me extremely ill, which is why I went to the doctors in the first place. I was going to the doctor for months and months before they figured out what was going on with me. But that's my health journey. It does impact my budgeting journey, my financial health journey, which in turn affects my mental health journey, which is why they're all going together in this midlife crisis that I am on, the good one. Okay, I think honestly, I don't have a lot of updates. I am in my first week of my new position. The raise hasn't hit yet. This is my last check, hopefully. I keep checking my work day, and they haven't changed my title or my salary yet, but I signed the offer letter, so hopefully they'll get it fixed before the next paycheck comes out. But this is my last paycheck at this rate. My next paycheck should have my increased rate for my new position. I did start that position on Monday. It's been a week, but it's okay. I lost power for a couple of hours randomly. Like my entire neighborhood did, like my neighborhood, the neighborhood next to me, the neighborhood across the street. Like the power just went out. I don't know why. I've had people be out. We have a lot going on. We have a lot of trainees on my team, but it's okay. We're going to get through it because I have awesome people on my team and I know what I'm doing. It's going to be great. It's a challenge. If it wasn't a challenge, they wouldn't have offered me so much money to do it. And I know I can do it. And they know I can do it. Kind of a pep talk to myself. Also, I know it's the truth. Okay, let's get started because this, even though today is the 27th of September, it will be like I'm going to blink and it's going to be the end of October. But this is the 27th of September, but this budget is going to be my first week of October budget. So we have a lot to go through for the first week of October, which includes most of my sinking funds. Oh, I do have one more thing. I pre-ordered the Budget Mom's new budget by paycheck book. I did the smaller sized that matches like her planner book that I was giving away. I did the smaller size, so that should be here whenever she ships. I got a notification that they printed my shipping label. So I will do a review of that when it comes in as well. And that looks like it has a lot more sinking fund lines, and I'm super excited for that because I'm like I don't have enough lines for my sinking fund, so I split them up into 2 months. I mean 2 weeks, when really I don't need to. I just do because I don't have enough lines. So hopefully going forward, we'll be able to do sinking funds all on one line. But for now, I'm going to do all the sinking funds I can fit on one page, and then next week we'll do the rest of the sinking funds, all the bills that are due at the beginning of the month, my weekly and paycheckly expenses, and then my savings. So I don't have to pause myself because, check this out, guys. All you OG people, look, I can shrink myself. Oh, hi. No pausing. Here I am. Oh, yeah, I have an overspent category. So you see what happened was I pay my credit cards off every Thursday before while I'm closing out my budget so that I will know exactly what I have to work with for Friday's budget. And I have done that for years. I have just done that for years. Sorry, I'm going to take a sip. This is my at-home iced coffee. So now I have at-home bread and at-home iced coffee. I'm trying, y'all. I really am trying. I had an auto payment to my American Express of $83.36 come out. And I knew it was coming out, and I had budgeted it last week. And then I also had put the Budget Moms Budget by Paycheck book onto the American Express card, and I covered that expense. I like put the money into my YouTube expenses and covered it. So I had a total available balance of $100 and something to pay to my card. My American Express auto drafted the auto payment, which I knew it would. And so last night when I was going in to pay off my cards, what I do is I go in here and I see how much money is in the green section available for payment, and I pay that amount. This card doesn't have anything. It will, because we're fixing to put money in here. But I go in and I pay whatever is up here. I pay the card. Normally, it's whatever is the cleared balance. This card has 0 interest, so I'm paying this off over time. I have to make a minimum payment every month. Anyway, what happened was apparently I had not, where's my budget? Oh, it's behind me. I had not put in that auto payment as already having happened, and I didn't have it as a scheduled transaction. So when I paid my card, I paid the full balance that was due as an additional payment, thinking that's what I had set aside for it. And I hadn't set aside the 8336, so now I'm 8336 overdrawn. I'm going to take that out of this money today. We'll cover it today as an overpayment. So I accidentally overpaid my Amex card. For some reason, my due date on my American Express changes. And I don't know why. Does anybody else have American Express card? This is so weird to me because I know that sometimes it's due on the 5th, but sometimes it's due on like the 25th. This time it came out on the 25th, but I have it in my budget to pay on the 5th. So I have this money actually budgeted to pay next week. So we'll just pay it this week and it'll be fine. I'm so confused as to how their due dates work. I don't understand it at all. It's new to me. But anyway, let's get started. This is my budget. This is YNAB. YNAB is You Need a Budget. It is an amazing app. Amazing for digitally cash stuffing your money. If you need to get your money organized, figure out where you want your money to go, what you need it to do for you, what you need to save for, what bills you need to cover. This app has helped me so much, and I know it has helped so many other people. A lot of you watching also are YNABers. I know I could watch other YNAB videos just because I enjoy doing it. This app has helped me so much, and my hope is that somebody watching this is looking for a tool to help them with their budget, sees this and is interested and tries it out, and it helps them even half as much as it has helped me. So there is always a link in my description that if you click, you will get 34 days completely risk-free. You don't put a credit card information in. You just try out your YNAB, set up your budget. Everything in here is customizable. Every single thing. You can change your categories. You can change your little things here. You add emojis, take emojis out, do whatever you want. Move them to wherever you want. Name them whatever you want. You set your own goals, targets. Everything in here is customizable. If you have trouble with credit card spending, this is the app that you want. And there are a lot of videos on how it takes a little bit to get your mind set up on how the credit cards work, but once it clicks, it will change your life if you have credit card issues. I promise you, because I had a lot of credit card issues, and now I keep them all at a 0 balance unless they have a no interest term, and then I use that to my advantage to buy a larger purchase and pay it off over time. Anyway, if you use that link, you get the 34 days for free. At the end of that 34 days, if you've decided you do like it and you want to sign up for it, at that point, you would put in your credit card information because it is a paid subscription, but I promise you it is worth every penny, and pay for it. And when you do that, you will get an additional 30 days for free for having used my link. So you'll end up with 64 days for free. And as a thank you, they send me 30 days for free as well. So thank you to everyone who has tried it out. I really, really hope that you are enjoying it, and it is helping you. And if you have any questions, ask me. I can't promise to know all the answers because it's an amazing app and I don't know all of the features. but if I don't know, I'll find out for you, or I'll direct you to who does know. Anyway, let's get into the budget. So what I have to budget out today is $1,773.87. This is my paycheck. I am going to give myself $50 for dining out this week. I do have dinner plans, so I am going to be going and meeting a friend and her husband for dinner this evening. I am going to give myself $125 for groceries. These are my weekly budgets. I give this amount, $50 every single week, $125 every single week. This is what I give myself for spending every week. Fun money, I give myself $10, not $210. That would be a bit excessive, I think. Ecclesial expenses, this is my church donation. I give myself $80 every week, $60 to put into the bag, $20 to go out for a meal if people are going out, and that way I have it set aside to go out with them. I give myself $25 for coffee. You'll see it's a little bit over from that, but that is because Libby bought me coffees. Thank you so much, Libby, again. I appreciate that so much. So this isn't exactly $25 a week because somebody bought me a coffee. If you would also like to buy me a coffee, the link to the Buy Me a Coffee is in my description box below as well. Gas, it is a paycheck week. Every paycheck, I give myself $25 toward gas. I have just about a quarter tank of gas. I drive a Kia Soul. I just bought a brand new Kia Soul on Labor Day. Yes, it was Labor Day. And I'm not super familiar with how much it's going to cost me really to fill it up, but and I've been driving more than normal because it's a new car, and I've just been like, oh, I'll drive. Oh, I'll drive. I don't mind. So last time gas was so insanely cheap when I went to fill up my car, that I don't think that's accurate. It only cost me like 18 something to fill up my car. This week, it's much more expensive for gas than it was 2 weeks ago. So we'll see. I might need all of this money. We'll see. So I put $25 in there. We'll go for a month or two, and then I might have to adjust this number based on the new car's needs. Self-care, I give myself $25 every paycheck to put towards self-care. Okay, all the rest of this is monthly stuff, so I need to put this in my monthly, but I'll put that in October. Before we switch to October, let's go down and cover my overspending for American Express. I am going to put in another $83.36 to cover my overspending. So now my overspending is covered. I'm just sorry. I am looking because, as I mentioned, I pre-ordered the Budget Mom's Budget by Paycheck. I pre-plan my budget on paper using the Budget Mom's Budget by Paycheck book. I recommend pre-planning it if you, like, that's just how it works for me. I get in here because YNAB, the way YNAB works is you're not supposed to put anything in here that you don't have. You don't project money. You only budget the money you have. So this money that is in here is money that I have. That's it. This isn't my projections for the future. This isn't what I'm anticipating receiving. This is money that I physically have in my savings accounts, my checking accounts, my 401ks. Like, this money that I have here, I have. I do anticipate additional income coming in. As I mentioned, I should be getting a raise. Like, I have signed the agreement and my salary has gone up. I just haven't seen that paycheck yet. My next paycheck should have that money in it. I know that I get cash back on my cards. I know I have all this other money coming in, but I'm not putting that into my budget because I don't have it. I don't want to assign like a job to that money because I don't have it. What if something happens and it doesn't come in? What if another cloud strike thing happens and the banks fail and like they can't deposit my money? What am I going to do? I've already, according to, if I had put that money in here, my budget would look like I have that money and I'd be spending it and I don't actually have it. And that would be dangerous. So I only budget money in YNAB that I have. But I do want to see the future. I do want to make a plan for it, so I do write it down. You do not need to pay for a budget book. You can just write it down on a piece of notebook paper, put it on a spreadsheet, however works for you. My brain likes to write things down, so I found writing it down on this book works well for me. And thankfully, my friend Kay, who also has a channel that you should check out, gifted me the digital version of her paycheck book a couple of years ago, and I print out those pages every month, and I plan out my budget for the next month, which I have obviously printed out October's, but with everything going on, I have not filmed October's budget setup yet. I plan to do that this weekend, so watch out for that video coming. Anyway, so yes, that's what I'm referencing when you see me look over here. I'm looking at my handwritten one so I can see what I need to put where. The only other thing that I need to put into my September budget before we move into October are my 3 savings goals. My emergency fund, I am going to put $57.11. That is $27. 57.11. This, whoa. Fortunately, there's an undo button. Yay. I just put $5,711 instead of $57. Okay, there's the period. 11. Apparently, y'all, I can't type today. 57.11. My goal is to get this back up to $1,000 by the end of the year, and then next year I'm going to put another $1,000 in it. This is my goal. Life always happens to me, but this is my plan, this is my goal. So, and then my 2 great nephews, Joe and Jet, each get $1 a week. These are my nephew's sons. I am saving their ages, and y'all, oh, I don't have it open anymore. I was inspired by Liz over at Budget and Balance. She is saving for her nibblings. She calls them her nibblings, her niece and nephews. And she is saving for them, and she had a spreadsheet. And I was watching her video, and I was so inspired by the spreadsheet because I love spreadsheets that I had to pause her video and go create a spreadsheet for the savings for my nephews. Let me see if I can go find it. Hang on, I'm going to pause so you don't have to watch me like search around for it. Hang on. Okay, I found it. Y'all. So I made a spreadsheet, and I have one for Joe, for Jet, and then they are expecting a little girl. I don't know what her name is going to be yet, so I just named it Baby Girl. But I'm saving $1. I'm saving their age. So the year they were born, Joe was born in 2022. He was born on the very last day of October. So this is the week number. Did I mention I love spreadsheets? He was born the last day of October, which is week number 44 of the year. So if I save $1 a week for him, that's $9 for the first year of his life. Obviously, it's $52 total for this year. But then, or like last year, but then in 2024, on the 44th week of the year, he will turn 2. So I'm saving $1 a week for the first 43 weeks of the year. And then going forward, I'll save $2 a week because he'll be 2. So then it'll be $61 I saved that year. It'll be $113 I save next year, $165 I save the year after that. And then I projected about a 4% interest rate here. So that's just because I have this money in a high yields, high interest savings account. So this is about the amount of interest that it should garner. So this is the total that I will have saved just this year. And then this is the total that I will have saved total. And then if I don't factor in the interest, this is the total. So in 2040, when my oldest nephew turns 18, which is mind-boggling, I will have saved $8,008 for him. If you factor in interest at a 4%, it'll be about $8,373, and that's what I will do. I did one of these for Jet, who is my second nephew. He wasn't born until 2023. He was born like a couple of weeks after Joe, but like a year and a couple of weeks. And then baby girl's not here yet. She'll be born at the beginning of 2025. I don't know exactly when she'll be born, so this is just all a projection. So that's my spreadsheet. Thanks, Liz. I will link Liz's channel below if you want to check her out. She also does a financial and a wellness journey. She does not use YNAB. Hers is a spreadsheet. So anyway, I was just so inspired. I had to pause my video and her video and go create a spreadsheet. So back to budgeting. Sorry. So that's what I'm doing with my nephews. Anyway, so those are my savings that I need to do. Now we're going to go into October, which you just do by right here clicking into October. And we're going to budget out the money that I need for my bills. So I have Best Buy, which is the card that we looked at the beginning. In order to pay this card off before the interest accrues, I have to pay $30 a month. Once other things are paid off, I will pay more, but for right now, I'm just paying $30 a month. So, um, that is the only bill that I have to pay right now. Oh no, my mom's insurance. My mom's insurance is due on the 1st, and that is $116.92. I do pay a couple of bills for my mom. I pay her car insurance, and then I also set aside $50 every month for when her propane tank, she lives in the country and she has natural gas like propane. She has a propane tank and they come out and fill it as it gets empty. It is not empty. It does not need to be filled right now, but we are at the end of September, so the weather will start to get colder and I'm sure they'll come fill it up in the next month or so. So I want to have money set aside for that. I put that with my bills and it's here as mom's, where is it? Mom's utilities. So I put $50 every month in there for that just to like, it's like a sinking fund, but I leave it with my bills because it is a bill. It's my mom's bill. Those are the only two things I'm paying for her currently. Every month I set aside, this is an increase because realistically, everybody knows if you've been here, why can't I? Oh, because it goes here. I always budget $100. I always spend so much more than $100 on giving. Giving is my love language. It makes me so happy to be able to buy things for other people. It's just how I express my love, my affection, that's just what I do. Some people like to spend time with people. Some people like to send cards, so like write notes, say nice things. I never know what to say, but I can buy you some flowers. I never know what to say, but if I am walking through a store and I see a giraffe, I will automatically think of my friend Robin and I will probably buy it for her just because I know she loves it and it will make her happy. Like, it makes me happy to buy things for other people. And so I always overspend my gifts and giving category. So I've decided now that I am expecting an increase in my pay to up this budget to $150. I most likely will not actually spend any more money than I have been. I'm just upping my target to actually match what I spend every month. So my target went from $100 to $150 a month for this category. These categories right below it are just subcategories. As I buy things, I will move the money from the generic gifts and giving down into the category that I actually purchased it for. So Tip is my niece. Sometimes every once in a while she reaches out and asks me for $15, $20 for gas or groceries. She is in her early 20s. She was my dependent. My sister passed away, and my niece came to live with me. And so she is on her own. She does have her own house and has a job. But every once in a while, she just overspends, which I 1000% did when I was her age and for a lot longer than she is doing it. So hopefully, and my parents gave me way more than $20 every couple of months. When I first started this budget, I automatically put money into this category every month because I knew she was going to ask me for it and I was trying to cap myself. Now she doesn't ask me for it regularly, so I don't budget anything for this. But if she does, I'll move the money. If I have to send her $15, I'll move it from this main category down into my tip category, and that'll be what I send her. If I buy a birthday present for somebody, I'll move the money down from here to the birthdays category. And this is just for me to know where I'm spending the money. Am I just generically buying people dinner, which I do? Then that's just a regular gifts and giving. Or am I spending money on birthday presents? Maybe that way I can look and see, hey, in October, I have a couple of birthdays. Maybe I need to put extra money into that section, into that category in October to cover birthdays. Really, it's December for me. December and January, I have a lot of birthdays. So anyway, this just helps you figure out where your spending is. At least that's why I set it up this way. But again, 100% customizable. You set it up however you want. I totally stole this tip from Kaylee and Shay over on It's Just Finance. I have so many channels to link. So I will link their channel below as well. This gifts and giving section, they set theirs up like this. And I was like, that is a fantastic idea and I'm going to do it that way. Holiday giving, this is money for my Christmas spending. I put $85 every month in here so that I can purchase gifts for people as I see them, because as I said, every time I see something for somebody, I buy it. And sometimes I'm like, it's just a random Tuesday in September. I'll save it and give it to them for Christmas. So then I'll put it in my little Christmas gift closet. But then I'll take it out of this category because I spend money all year long out of this. And then when holiday time comes, I already have a big pile of gifts. So I budget $85 every month for that category. Okay, what else do I have? That's it for that section. To my envelope section, I have my pet expenses are going to be very high. The reason for this, if you are new, I have 2 dogs and I have a cat. My older dog, Emmett, was diagnosed with diabetes back in April, and I increased this budget to help cover the cost of his insulin and his specialty foods that he needed. Then, like about a month ago, maybe not quite a month ago, he was diagnosed with bone cancer. So, we have to buy him pain meds to keep him comfortable. There are no viable treatment options, so we're just keeping him comfortable. Pain meds, the delivery things for the pain meds, like how we're getting him to eat it. And he still needs his insulin and his special diabetic food. So that is why my pet expenses are so high. I have a roommate, and it is our dog. Nathan and I are best friends. We've lived together for over 10 years. So this is our dog. We adopted him together. And he is paying for a lot of the expenses as well. But I want to have this money in my budget. And I do actually need more dog food for both of my dogs. So I need to fill this category. My household expenses. This is for, I like to describe this as things you buy at a grocery store. That's not food and not pet expenses. So your toilet paper, your paper plates and whatnot, your anything like that, laundry detergent, dishwasher soap, things like that. That's what this category is for. And I've given myself $100 a month for that. And then I put $40 a month into stuff I forgot to budget. So you see, I still have $5.13 left. If I still have that on Monday, I'm going to roll that down into my no judgment spending. We'll see if I can do it. Now, we are finally to the sinking funds section. So we're going to go into the sinking funds and get those all filled up until I run out of paper slots on my paper. So, sinking funds down here. Car maintenance, I give myself I was doing $50, but I've changed it to $25 because now I have a brand new car with a service plan. So my first 2 oil changes are covered. I have a roadside assistance and a 100,000-mile warranty. Hopefully I won't need too much car maintenance. I'm going to have to do some car washes and pay some toll bills and things like that, but I shouldn't need $50 a month. $25 a month should cover me. Clothes, as I mentioned, I am on a weight loss journey, and so I will need new clothes. So I put $25 a month aside for that. Vacation, I put $50 a month away. Passport renewal, my passport isn't going to renew for a couple of years, but it's not cheap to renew a passport, so I put $1.77 aside for that every month, so that when my renewal is due, I will have it. My no judgment spending, I don't set anything aside for that, but whatever is left in my I forgot to budget for, will roll into this at the end of the month. Okay, so these are my once a year fees and membership costs and things that come up that I will that I need to pay for, and I set aside a 12th of their cost every single month so that when they are due, I have the money ready to pay for them. My Mission Lane annual fee is $3.24 a month. This is a credit card fee. Amazon Prime, Nathan and I split this because, as I said, we've been roommates for a very long time. And back in the day, Amazon Prime used to let you split your memberships and share it. And we were grandfathered into that old one. So I am setting aside half of the annual membership fee. So a 12th of half of the annual membership fee is what I save. And we each pay half of it. Walmart Plus, I do not think that I will keep this, but I have discovered that, man, that gas is super cheap with your Walmart Plus membership, so I might keep it. We'll see. Capital One is a credit card, and that has an annual fee. It's a super cheap annual fee, $3.25. Planet Fitness is my gym. They have a monthly membership and then they have an annual membership as well. So my monthly membership is 27.11 and then 42 something comes out in August. So I'm just setting 352 aside so that I'll have the money in August when that is due. Ice Ball is a fundraiser for Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Central Texas that I go to with my friends every year. And I believe it was, I'm gonna credit Libby. I hope it was you. I think it was Libby that suggested I set up a sinking fund for this so that next year when Ice Ball rolls around, I actually have some money set aside to do some donations. And I think that is a fantastic idea. So I did. So I put money in it last month and now I'm going to put another $20 in there. I'm going to just set $20 aside. And then it's at the end of August. Next year in August, I'll take a look at my budget and see other money I can move to it. But this way, at least I have a base of what I can put toward it. And that's it. That's all I have. So this for 2020, I'm going to move down to my next week category, which is right here for 2020. And then when you come back next week, this will be the money that we have to budget out next week. All right, y'all, it is 7:50. I've already eaten my breakfast, so I don't have to worry about that, but I'm going to go get ready for work. I hope y'all have a fantastic weekend and a great week. Oh, I mentioned Kay's channel, but I didn't tell you that she posted a video last week, which I did talk about, but you obviously didn't hear me because there was no sound, on how she is financing her tiny house. She's building a tiny house, but how she is doing that completely debt free, paying for it in cash as she goes, her tips, her tricks, her suggestions on how to do that. So I think that that might be interesting to y'all. She posted a couple of weeks ago about how she saved up and bought her Tesla in cash. So if those are interesting to you, I will link Kay's channel below. So Kay's channel for tiny house building and how she's buying all of her stuff in cash. Liz's channel for just her everyday budgeting like mine on a spreadsheet and also her nibbling savings. And then Kaylee and Shay and their life together and their financial journey in New York City as a young couple trying to get their financial future and pay off some student loan debt. All of those channels are amazing and I recommend them and I will link them all below. I hope y'all have a fantastic weekend. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out. And if you are enjoying it a lot, you should subscribe and come along and stay with me. Follow my ups and downs. And in 2 weeks, hopefully I'll have a much nicer paycheck and we'll see how that goes. Okay, y'all, I love you and I will talk to you later. Bye.